So I'm excited because you're Hawaiian, and
Yes, sir.
we're gonna cook fish. So I'm on your field right now.
Hey,
You know,
thank
so
you. Thank you for bringing this opportunity to cook a whole fish. And yeah, I'm born and raised in Hawaii, and this was a staple in our diet. And there's so much different ways to prepare it, and I'm looking forward to your take on the preparation of this
Sorry,
fish.
I couldn't find fish from Hawaii small enough. You guys have only beast over there.
There's a big
I
one.
cannot cook a 10-pound fish. It's easier that way. We keep a 2-pound. That's pretty much what you can find on the market pretty often. And let's start. So first, I like to do it's cutting the tail here.
All right.
You can, yeah.
Right there?
Yeah, you're gonna break it. And then we can cut the fin out. The only thing we're gonna keep is the scale, because it's gonna create a layer between the salt and the skin.
Okay.
And it's gonna still allow the salt to salt the meat, the flesh, but it is not gonna be direct contact, you know.
Very
Because
nice.
if you remove the scale, then
Yeah.
the salt is too present. And
Oh, I didn't know that.
so to recognize a fresh fish at the market, usually there is 3 signs that doesn't like scales are really tight to the body, and you can almost not lift them. You see, it's really hard to lift them, so
Yeah.
they tight. If you can grab the scale and put them out with your finger, that's not a good sign. Second is the eye. It has to be really shiny and not like fluffy, or it has to be brilliant, like translucid, you know, like you
Makes
can
sense.
see through clear. So, and of course the smell is a good sign too. And the third one is when you're looking at the inside, you're gonna
Yeah, the
lift.
gills?
Yeah, the gills, they have to be red, you know. And if they are gray, or you see, you need to see bloods, and you need to see that it's really fresh.
Yeah.
So if it's gray or dark red, you know, that's not a good sign either.
Oh, so dark red wouldn't be a good one?
No,
If it's
I mean the bloody
bright red?
dark, yeah, but
That grayish.
yeah,
Not
you don't want the
that
gray.
dead look. Okay.
So once you remove this, all the fin and the tail, we're gonna open the belly here. You can use a scissor, or you can use a small knife at home, doesn't matter. And we're gonna empty the belly too. Most of the time, your fisher markets, if you ask him, gonna probably do it for you, you know.
Okay.
So you can ask him to prep it, but keep the scale. See, it doesn't smell bad. That's a good sign as well.
So where are the guts in here? Is that the guts?
Yeah, this is the fat a little
That's the
bit, so
fat.
you can remove. That's the stomach, the fat.
Okay.
You can see that he had a good.
It's white, so I thought
Yeah.
it was the meat, but
You
it's
can see the livers and stuff.
Oh, very
Yeah.
nice.
And then underneath, you can see there is another sort, like here.
Yeah.
You want to grate against the bones. You wanna scrap, because you see this is the blood, and if
Yeah.
you let it, it's gonna color the meat and give it
Oh.
this bitter taste, bitter flavor, you know.
Yeah. Get that out.
So now we are here. The fish is pretty much ready. We're just gonna use clean cold water, and we're gonna rinse it. That's it. Okay, now the fish is well prepared. Nothing inside anymore. It's pretty
Beautiful.
clean. We just rinse it with cold water, and now we're gonna start the salt crust. So we're gonna have. You can use the cup system or the gram, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna do 4 full cup of salt. This is a coarse salt. You can find it in any market. Usually it's used to salt the water before cooking pasta or vegetable, whatever.
Okay.
So we're gonna do 4 full.
Yes, sir.
Then we're gonna add, so 4 salt, 2 flour.
Okay.
It's pretty easy, right? 2 flour.
Nice.
And I'm pretty sure you're gonna like this recipe a lot, and it's fast to do.
Yeah.
And you don't have to worry about timing. We're gonna give you the timing on the oven, and
Okay.
so you have to think pound for pound. You know the system, pound for pound.
Yeah.
So for a fish that is 2.5 pounds, that's what we're gonna do.
Okay.
And then you go with the system of multiply. Like if you need 3 pounds, then you just add 2 cups of salt and 1 cup of flour. You know, and we keep going like this. So now we have the flour, the salt. We're gonna need the egg white.
Okay.
So we're gonna separate the yolk to the white, and keep only the white on one side and the yolk on the other side. We're gonna use the yolk to make the sabayon. So we keep everything in the kitchen, right? So
Nice. Is sabayon French?
sabayon, yeah, that's the base of a lot of mother sauces. So we're gonna have the béarnaise, the choron, all the gratiné, every sauces that require the sabayon. The sabayon is the base, and then you had a little something on the top, which today we're gonna do a reduction of white wine and vinegar and some fresh herbs with shallots, and that's the base of a béarnaise sauce. I'm pretty sure you had it with a steak or
Yeah, sounds familiar. So
like you have to know Josh is a black belt jiu-jitsu, and
took 10 years, took 10, 11 years.
yeah, so you perfect the level to the top step by step. So you started one day being a white belt.
Step by step. Yes, sir. It was a step-by-step process. And I'm still learning, you know? I'm still learning. I'm sure you are too, and trying new techniques, refining
For
the
sure.
details and things.
And you have to follow the daily improvement. So with the new structure and internet and stuff. So you have, when you think you made it, that's your full stop,
That's
you
when
know.
stop. Yes, sir. Good call. I like that.
And now we're gonna add half a cup of water. So it's pretty much a dough, right?
Yeah. Egg, flour, water.
And on the top of it, to give some flavor, we're gonna use pink bay, which is like a pink peppercorn.
Very nice.
They are really flavorful. I love using it with fishes.
Okay.
So we just sprayed it, and it gives a nice color, but flavor as well, and it looks good.
Yeah.
And this is the fennel seeds. I use it a lot with my fishes as well. And I'm from south of France, so that's a type of spice we use a lot. Yeah.
Okay.
You don't have to put any spices in there, or you can put some herbs. It's up to you. It's just how do you like.
It smells good already, yeah.
You see that?
Yeah.
So that's normal. It's not a dough. That's normal. It's grainy like this.
Yeah.
You don't want something attached. You want something separate, grainy. The goal is just to cover the fish with it, and like kind of isolate the whole fish and keep it steaming the whole process.
Okay, encapsulate a little bit.
So now we're gonna put a layer of salt, and you can already give him the look of the shape of the fish, you know.
Okay.
Of the fish you're gonna bake, of course. So if you have a bigger fish, you need a bigger pan and give it the shape. So you can give kind of the look of a tail and the body of the fish. So underneath you don't need a lot, because the most important is to cover the fish on the top.
Okay.
Because no matter what, this layer will stay. And now you can pick up your fish and lay it down.
Okay.
Perfect. We're gonna add inside. We're gonna use it as well for the sauce. So we're gonna have some dill. That's the way I keep them in the fridge, to keep them moist. And
yeah, they look
and
keep them fresh.
yeah, and this is chervil. I don't know if you had chervil before. Of course, lemon.
Yeah.
So if you put the skin, that will be probably too bitter. If you like bitterness, make it. But what I like to do is it's to remove just the skin.
Very nice.
So then you're gonna have like 3 slices in there.
Okay.
We're gonna add some dill. You can put basil if you like it. All fresh herbs, pretty much.
Very nice.
And then a little chervil too. So now we have the fish filled out. It's beautiful. It's ready to
For the good stuff.
go. So now we're gonna cover it all the way with our remaining salt. And the goal is trying to cover and not let the skin appear, you know, playing like a dough, Play-Doh.
Yeah.
So doing that, we're gonna keep the steam inside the crust, and it's gonna generate some steam, and all the flavor will combine together, but it's gonna keep the moist of the fish, and that's, I guarantee you, that's gonna be the most tender fish that you're gonna have.
Beautiful.
And the flavor by the salt, cooking by the salt, is just amazing, you know, like
Yeah.
and all the little bay, the pink we use, the little seeds, they're gonna give an extra flavor. And now we're gonna put it in the oven. So I set up the oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay.
It's gonna make it seize the dough, make it brown outside, and kind of cooking, steaming slowly inside.
Very nice.
The protection, so the fact is 400 degrees Fahrenheit won't burn the fish because of the protection that it has. So let's do, and 25 minutes, 2-pound fish. With the recipe we made, it's 25 minutes in the oven, 400, 25 minutes.
Beautiful.
Perfect. Now the fish is on the oven. We're good for 25 minutes to prep the accompaniment, the sides. So I suggest that we're gonna go with veggies, parsnip. That's a veggies that not everyone knows and not everyone used. Have you before the parsnip? No.
I've heard of it. I don't eat it too often. Not sure how to prepare
I
it.
guarantee you, after that, you won't quit this. You will have it every day.
Ooh, let's go.
With fish. So the way we go, pick your weapon. By the way, I know your nickname, aka Bushido.
Yes, sir.
Why this name and who gave it to you?
You know, I've always had a connection to just the roots, the ancestry of samurai, and I was always intrigued with how they conduct themselves. The movie that kind of stood out to me was The Last Samurai,
Okay.
where Tom Cruise kind of
Yeah.
entered the samurai society and kind of took a liking to it. And I just got a glimpse of how samurai lived and the serene and the conduct of them, and I kind of took a liking to it. And I feel that martial arts, part of it came from the Japanese culture, and one thing about the samurai is the way they conduct themselves. Bushido is kind of the code of the samurai, how do their principles. And what stood out to me was they always strive for perfection. They always strive to do their best in what they do. And
And you're
a lot of
doing your
different
best
things.
with
Yes,
what
sir.
you do.
So
So
I'm
yeah,
like,
the name glued to you perfectly. Yeah.
it doesn't matter what you do. You can add the Bushido code to, daily life and whatever you're doing on that day. But if you pursue your best, then I feel that that's the proper ethics. So that's what I'm doing. It might be martial arts right now in a different season in life. It might be another pursuit, but I'm gonna continue that same work ethic and the same ideals. So
That's great.
I enjoy the process.
So you told me that you're not the only boy in the family. I think you have two brothers.
I have two brothers. Yes, sir. Grew up with a household of boys. My mom wanted a girl at the last one, but a third boy popped out, so she didn't
She
want
stopped
to.
after.
Yeah, she
She
stopped
didn't
after
want to
that.
go for four.
She didn't want four boys, so
So you're the middle child.
I'm the middle child. Yes,
And
sir.
growing up, did you get into a lot of fights with your brothers?
Man, we roughhouse for sure. My older brother got into wrestling, and he would show me new moves. I would be his little dummy. He would come home from wrestling practice, and
I have a
yeah.
big brother, so I know what it is.
Yeah.
And he's a
Yeah, for
rugby
sure.
player. So.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, they toughen you up whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
So, in certain senses, it was good to have an older brother to kind of also protect you and stuff, but toughen you up a bit. And we've had our differences and our butted heads, but we also got a good relationship. So.
Great.
I enjoy that process.
That's cool. So Josh, now we did the job, we have the parsnip ready, we're gonna cover it with what I do, it's half water and half milk. You can use only milk, that's gonna keep the product creamy and white. If you want a nice color, that's more for gastronomic restaurant when you want to keep the color and the flavor intact. So give a creamy flavor, because we're gonna anyway add some butter. We're French today.
Nice.
You're French today, and we're gonna go from the beginning. So cold water, cold milk, and bring it to a boil and puree it. Simple.
Okay.
Cool, and then we're gonna have some endive. I use the red for the popping color, and it's a little sweet as well. And we're gonna use a gala apple. We're gonna cut some little bâtonnet, little julienne, and for the sauce, béarnaise style. Usually a real béarnaise is tarragon, but we're gonna use tarragon and chervil. We're gonna use dill and chervil today, shallots, reduction of white wine, and a reduction of vinegar. So, and adding to the sabayon. So now we're gonna have a game together.
Wow.
Who is the fastest to do the sabayon? We're gonna see your skills.
I'll do my best.
So for the sabayon, we're gonna have the yolk that we save from the crust. For each yolk, you do a half shell of egg, right?
Yeah.
And now we're gonna control the temp. You don't want something high. You want to keep it low. And now we're gonna do a 8 shape, like an 8.
Okay.
And then you have to increase the speed. The goal is to make it fluffy and going high. So the technique to not get tighter because you will. And if you have a big volume, it's to use the whisk. So for 3 eggs, like 2 shallots, it's enough, you know.
Okay.
Chopped dill, chopped chervil. See, I'm doing a rough cut.
Yeah.
So white wine, I would say the same volume. I use the distilled vinegar, white vinegar.
Okay.
And you want a reduction, so high temperature. You can drop this inside, put a little pepper in there.
Okay.
A little more, yeah. You want a nice kick. Take the timer. Josh, now it's time. The fish is ready. I'll let you the joy to remove it. Careful,
Yes.
you have another towel. Use.
Yes, sir.
Smells good already, right?
Yes, sir. Put it right here.
Yep. Great. So now we're going to set another timer, 10 minutes. It's really important because you're going to skip the steam and let it rest. And it's going to continue to kind of cook a little bit,
Nice.
but slowly, and the temp will go inside slowly and keep all the moist in there, right? So
Very cool. Nice.
now we have our sauce. We melted some butter.
Okay.
Okay, and you're gonna, like a mayonnaise, incorporate the butter a little bit. So depending of the taste, or if you need some butter, either any way you're fighting or not, is good for your body.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
let's say you have a fight coming and you wanna keep control on your way, just go a little less. And if you like it more buttery, you can go more. I'm gonna give you the recipe of the traditional béarnaise, and when you see that it's thickening,
Yeah.
that's what you want.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll let you do this one as well. Okay, guys, so now you can see fish already. We have the bâtonnet apple, endive, reduction of white wine, vinegar, shallots that we cut, and all the herbs you want to put in there. I'm going to do a link for the sauce more detailed. And this is the parsnip puree that we just, after it was cooked all the way, we just blend it.
Very nice.
It's time to combine the reduction and the sabayon we made to give the flavor. So you can pick either way to let the herbs inside and the shallot, so you can strain it if you don't want the pieces in there. It's more flavor like that. So best way to open the crust will be a bread knife, you know, and you kind of go around the fish. See, it's pretty solid. So if you don't use a bread knife, it's gonna be tricky. And then, so the goal is to not take all the fish.
Yeah.
So you're gonna either way take some pieces out. See the steam come out.
Beautiful. Yeah.
And then the skin will go away by itself. So
Okay.
you can just pick up the skin.
Yeah.
See, even the cheek, that's the best part, the cheek.
Ooh, okay.
We're gonna keep it. Goal is to go against the bones and try to keep all the flesh intact. And we're gonna remove the bones in the plate. You have a little bones around the neck, and for the other side, look, the bones go away like this.
Beautiful.
Just remove the side here, the bones here. So what we're gonna do is switch the plates now and have a little different fish in each plate.
Nice.
And like that you can tell me the difference.
Beautiful.
So then we're gonna do the parsnip puree. So you can either way, I let you pick how you wanna plate, you know, but
Yeah.
usually we do a little thing you can plate on the middle. And then we're gonna have some endive. I like your plate a lot. You want to work with me in the restaurant?
Yeah, I'm learning from the best, learning from the best.
And then the last part will be to have the fish cover with the sauce.
Beautiful.
And you can keep some to keep all the flavor by itself if you want to try the fish by itself.
Okay.
Maybe. So then when you have guests, you can put the leaves that you use for the sauces and the meat. You can chop some endive like a flower, you know, style, and just make it look greener and, you know, more appetite.
Very
And
much.
then at the end, you're gonna add a little Espelette pepper. That's from south of France.
Okay.
And
Beautiful.
fleur de sel. Not too much because the fish by itself will be salty enough.
Okay.
So now, Josh, I think it's time to go enjoy it, right?
Yes, sir. Beautiful.
go.
Looking forward to it. And have a wonderful rest of our day. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you so much, Josh. And now it's time to try what we prepared.
And I'm
So two
excited.
different fish with the sauce, béarnaise style, parsnip puree, endive, salad, fresh herbs, and apple sticks to give the pop to the dish and this fruity
man.
flavor.
Let's see how it is. Wow.
That's something, right?
Man, so light and so soft and melts in your mouth. The béarnaise sauce kind of reminds me a little bit of hollandaise, a little bit. Is it?
It
they're
is.
both made
Yeah,
by
it's
egg?
it's a mother sauce. Yeah,
The mother sauce.
they have the same derivé, you know.
Mm. That is so good. Let me try this other. I think this is the pink snapper right here.
That's really good. You can see it's really moist. It's perfect cooking.
Man. I love the techniques that you use, the breading, the salt breading, and man, really encapsulated and kept the moisture in
See,
there.
we didn't add any salt, and just at the end of topping, but
Yeah.
it's salty enough by itself, you know.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
So-
very flavorful.
So for the the followers and the viewers to know a little more about you, I think you started at Tough Enough, right? That was your first fight.
Yeah, you know, the amateur divisions in Las Vegas, there's a lot of opportunities there. My first fight was actually under Real Water MMA. It was another promotion, an amateur promotion. Real Water was a alkaline bottling company, and they had some good shows. I fought, I believe, 3 times under them, and had some successes. Actually, my first amateur fight was a little bit of a shell shock. You know, you go in there thinking that I went in there thinking that it was going to be a little bit of an exhibition, you know, showing your talents. Man, this guy came in, wanted to take my head off, you know. It wasn't about what was beautiful. It was about what
you remind me something.
Yeah, hey.
I had the same feeling.
Yeah, it kind of, you have to go in there with the right mindset, and it kind of, once you go through that, you kind of realize what it's really about. And I commend you for stepping in the cage, because you have a more deeper respect about what goes on in there, and the seriousness that it takes to go against another individual that is pretty much just trying to separate consciousness.
Talking about that, when I decided to step in the cage, following the process, you were on my side, and we went together to the PI. You took me with you, and you gave me some round to give me the feeling of what it's gonna be. But at some time, it's like, even it's a sparring, but we know each other, we respect each other. Even if I respect my opponent, but it's different. You know, you're not going 100%, and you don't have this pressure that is him against you, because I know you won't try to hurt me, you know. And so that was a good way to be involved in the fight, and starting the fight well rounded. But what is your advice for someone who wants to start stepping in the cage and doesn't know the feeling of a real fight, and how manage to the first round? You know, it's like the cameras around you, people screaming, thousands of people watching you, and what is your advice for someone new wants to give a first fight?
I believe preparation is key. You know, preparing yourself. My coach always tells me, bring the fight to the training. You know, you have to bring that same mindset. Every repetition you're doing it for a purpose. And getting in those sparring rounds, getting in those hard sparring rounds, and pushing your body to the limit. Your body's gonna be pushed to the limit in the fight, so why don't you introduce that to yourself at an earlier time? You're going to be fatigued. It's going to be a different environment when your adrenaline's pumping. You know that the adrenaline dump is real when you just all those nerves, you know. So I believe that just putting yourself in the most similar situation in training, in your sparring rounds, and going in there and with the right mindset. It's not an exhibition. It's not what looks pretty. You have to go in there with a hunter mentality. You have to go in there to kill, and it's you have to respect your opponent, and you can respect your opponent after the fight. But in there, it's about the fight of wills and the techniques that you've trained on a daily basis. So
thank you for your advice. I think it's going to help a lot of newbies in the sport, and I think you have a fight coming soon. And what will be your main focus, target, goal?
Yeah, moving forward, I'm still operating as a professional fighter. I finished up my contract in the UFC and just seeking out some new opportunities. My next fight is in November, and I believe each fight I'm getting better. I feel that that's the process. It doesn't matter where you're fighting, as long as you're getting better, as long as you're learning from your experiences. And that's
so next fight for you will be
determination or where you're going to go. So you end up you contract with UFC, and
Yes, sir.
it's about you take the win, you renew for 3 more, and if you take the lose, you looking to improve
exactly. This fight is just an opportunity to build my record back up. The UFC did take a liking to me, so if I get my record back up and have some good performances, they said that they might have some opportunities for me. But I'm open to whatever doors are ahead of me. Maybe fighting in a Asian promotion or fighting in out of country would be exciting. But I believe it doesn't matter where you fight, and it matters about if you're developing as a fighter and getting better. I believe I'm maturing as a person and as a fighter, so looking forward to what the future holds.
Thank you so much, Josh. I'll let you enjoy now. Thank you.
God bless you.
Appreciate
Thank you very
Thank
much,
you.
Yuri. Thank you for sharing your kitchen with me and teaching me a little bit about your craft and stuff. So I'm going to take that with me and continue the journey.
Thank you. God bless. Thank you.
God bless you. Thank you.